Rutik, can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, first let me congratulate you. Your hard work paid off. Okay, and I still remember the dedication you had and the struggling you faced in spite of having not a good network in your area. You used to watch our YouTube videos, which is
Yes,
recorded videos, and moreover, you have watched some of the videos 2 to 3 times. I would like to hear your experience and all the things. So the stage is yours.
yes. Thank you so much. First of all, I'll start with the videos, the which you are talking about. That YouTube videos help me a lot. I just I just live in a rural area, so here the network is not that proper. So I used to download that videos, complete videos, in a 480p format, 480p format, and after that, after going home, I used to watch it at night, and
Rutik,
that helped
if
me.
you can on your camera, yeah, you are now hero.
Yes, yes, yes.
Please on your camera. Okay. Uh, you have cracked Brajanga, sir. Yes.
Yes, so that videos really helped me, and also special thanks to Avito, Gyan, as well as Kamlesh and Hifazat.
Hifazat.
Thank you.
Hifazat asked me personally for you that yaar, Rutik is my good friend. Please, give him personal attention. That's why I said okay. But and talking about Braganza, sir, like what was your thought process and how you faced
Yes,
it, and what was your preparation?
I'd like to share that experience because I was having a lot of people have created hype that Braganza Sir is strict, Braganza Sir is strict. But the thing is, I didn't notice such thing because during my interview, I felt like he was not paying attention to me. I felt that he was not paying attention, but no, he was like looking up and thinking. But no, he was listening to my answers. I'm damn sure about it. He was listening to answers, but we feel like he's seeing here, he's seeing there. We feel like yes, he's not paying attention, but our work is just to deliver the answer.
Yeah, correct.
And yes, he is definitely listening.
So, and you must have heard earlier interview experience of many people. They were also like saying that he will distract you, be focused. So, these things, earlier interview experience of people has helped me also. I hope that helped you also. That you have been already prepared. That he will be not looking at you at some point of time. If I supposed to fresher and if I see the interviewer is not looking, I must be thinking that he is not paying interest. Then there is chances of getting blank. But if you know the strategy that he will not looking and you have to be clear, but he is listening. So some of the things, that's why these networks helps. And talking about thing like in what are the question he asked and what are the answer you given. Okay, and firstly
Yes, yes.
before that what I have my thought process was like I was feeling nervous, very nervous, like what happened, this is my first time and all, the hype that has been created. So for me, like it was. So I am preparing continuously. I am trying to speak every question, like in my mind, speaking, practicing. What was you doing before interview and when you gone through the interview, went through the interview? Like, just tell us.
Yes, this is actually really funny to talk about because I just did one thing. Like a lot of hype was created about Briganza sir that he doesn't pay attention to you. So my mock interview was taken by my younger sister. She
Oh,
took my mock interviews. So I said her that you need you just don't pay attention to me while I am speaking.
mm,
Just don't pay attention to me. Look here and there.
mm,
Look in your mobile, but don't pay attention to me. So she took my interview that way. That I guess that that also helped me.
Like you were already prepared not to getting distracted. Okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. And then what was the question he asked and how, what was the answer you given? You have to also told them.
Yes. Firstly, I'll talk about all the questions,
Mm,
and starting with non-technicals.
mm,
Non-technicals questions were, what is your name?
mm,
How many family members are there in your family? Also, why merchant navy? And also strength and weakness.
mm,
So coming to technicals, asked me to draw the centrifugal pump. So the drawing that you shared me,
mm.
the sketch that you shared me,
Yeah, I remember.
exactly I draw it like that only.
Mm,
And after that, he sorry, he questioned me that what is the working of a centrifugal pump.
mm.
So that I answered. After that, he asked me to draw gear pump, and that is where I little bit gambled over there,
Like,
because I drawn all the things like followers,
mm,
driver,
mm,
also the rotations
mm,
perfectly it was drawn. But
mm,
then I realized that
mm.
uh, I didn't draw that relief valve.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so
Then,
I asked him for 2 minutes, sir. I
mm,
have not drawn the relief valve.
mm.
So okay, he said okay, and then I drawed and showed him. So he was satisfied.
So I would like to like if the the first question was drawing of centrifugal pump, okay, and you drawn with the name or just you sketched and with the direction of water.
No, all the directions
Hmm.
labeled,
You
and
labeled also
main, yes, I labeled also, and the main thing is a rotation of a gear.
rotation of that.
Because he was
Um,
watching it perfectly,
um,
that rotation.
So the first input, guys, if your interviewer is Brajanga sir, so be clear about that. You have to draw the direction, how the fluid is flowing, how is the impeller is rotating, in which direction, and if you don't label it, it won't be any issue. But the direction is the main thing, okay? And be fast while drawing. So I had prepared so many time drawing. So I made it in 30 seconds. So showing and he asked where is the impeller rotating. So impeller is rotating toward the discharge side of volute casing. One liner answer. Okay. So
Also, while drawing
mm,
centrifugal pump,
mm,
he asked me one thing, like, where is the delivery valve? I drawed,
mhm.
but it was very small delivery valve, so it
Mm.
was not visible to him, I guess. So he asked me where is delivery valve. So that is what I want to say you that,
Mm.
please guys, uh, delivery valve is also important, so don't just miss it.
And the figure which I had sent you in that figure I had like made a delivery wall and everything, including strainer and foot valve I had also made. Like,
Yes.
I will share that picture again to group for you people who are having these days interview. And the next question he asked you working of centrifugal pump. So what you
Yes.
answered?
Firstly, talking about working principle. So I said him that centrifugal pump works on a rotodynamic principle,
Mm,
where the suction is created at the eye of impeller because the centrifugal force imparted by impeller,
mm,
and the electric motor or a prime mover.
mm,
Uh, I started with a priming because the priming is the first step
mm,
before operating a pump.
mm,
So I started from priming and then explained him that the electric motor or prime mover rotates the impeller at a high speed, and due to which it creates the suction at the eye of impeller, and at that instant also the vacuum is created, and due to this the low pressure region or a white space is created in the eye of impeller, and due to this the liquid rushes from the high pressure region towards the low pressure region because of the negative pressure created, and this allows the liquid to flow towards the impeller,
mm.
passing through the strainer and foot valve to the suction pipe from the suction pipe.
Okay. So I have also explained this working of centrifugal force in that video, top 30 question and answer. You had watched that?
That video is actually a game changer. I'll say
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, like I have collected
I'll
all.
suggest everyone to watch that video because that video is actually a game changer.
And how many
Those
time you
30
have,
questions.
yeah, and how many time you had watched that videos? Tell that everyone.
And I have watched that video for 4 to 5 times.
Yeah, that 1 hour session, 1 hour 3 minutes. Actually, I was not knowing the exact time. He said that session is 1 hour 3 minutes, and he was 3 to 4 times that videos. In that videos, what I have done, I have collected all the possible Brajanga sir questions that he may ask. He only asked 4 to 5, but the possible question he had asked, he is earlier asked. Nowadays, in every week, some of the question he add. So all of that I have collected, and I have made the answer. That answer which I have gave him, which from that answer which from which I get passed, I get selected. I have explained all the things. You have to go watch and try to speak up in your language, basic and simple language. I have explained in simple language, so that will help you anyway. If And I think that that videos made the Brajanga sir hype is null. I think, I think so, because many of the people were saying like that if I got Ajaz because of age issue, there is Ajaz brother. Okay, he is above like he will be more than 28 years age in January, so he had passed interview, but because of age issue, Brajanga sir was like, I am not declaring your result. Okay. So he didn't get him entry. Okay. So he was also saying that,
Ajaz did a mistake actually.
yeah.
He mixed all the answers.
No, no,
Uh,
yeah, actually the main mistake which he said, he told his real age and all the things passing out. He like if he is seeing that he is asking that he can get in trap. Okay. So you have to be confident if you are telling your percentage wrong, but tell this in confidence. Okay. Anyway, then what was the next question?
but I have written all the questions. So draw and explain gear pump.
Okay. Draw and explain gear pump. Okay. So how you explained gear pump?
I explained that a gear pump consists of a two external and internal meshing gear pair. So the external gear is driven by the motor. So it is a driving gear, and internal gear is a driven gear, and it rotates in the same direction as that of a external gear. So this was the construction side of a gear pump. So coming on to the working side, I said him that sir, the whenever the gears rotate inside the housing or casing, inside the casing, uh, one side the gear gets out of the casing, and one side the gear come inside the mesh.
Yeah. Get
Yes,
out of the mess, get into the mess.
into the mesh.
In that side, if it is getting out of the mess, the additional volume will be
It
created.
creates additional volume.
Yeah.
So that was the same answer exactly from your video
Okay.
because I was satisfied with that answer.
Yeah, yeah. You know, guys, the this logic of how low pressure is created in gear pump. After so many discussion, I find this correct logic because of that in which gear is getting out of the mess. That's why additional volume is created. That's why pressure is getting lowered. But in a case of I always used to thought that in a case of suction pipe volume is large. That's why pressure is getting low. It is not. Suction volume and discharge volume pipe is like almost same because of messing of gears, getting out the mess, getting into the mess. Volume is increasing and decreasing. That's how pressure is getting lowered, and at discharge side it is getting higher. Okay. So you
Yes. Also, I'd
explained
like
all
to
dipto. You explained all the things. Yeah.
no, no. Some of the points were from my side,
Okay.
extra, and I would like to say all the people over here that just don't prepare with other answers.
Hmm.
Also prepare your answers,
Yeah.
and Also, the GYAN
Hmm.
made the video of 30 questions. Just go and watch it because those 30 questions are really a game changer. And out of that, we also need to prepare out of the box sometime.
Yes, without having a strong base, yeah, 30 question that if you can mug up already, but that will not be with you for a longer period of time. Okay, so for that for that you have to be your basics should be strong, that you have to understand that what is the logic behind this. I just made that videos in a layman language, that questions and answers. So, and I was
Also,
always afraid of that. Why? After hearing all the question and answer, Brajangas are directly saying, based on your interview, you are not selected. So, means it is clear indication that how we are explaining him, he is not satisfied. So, for that only, I decided to make that video. Okay. And the next
yes,
question was,
also,
yeah,
uh, I'd like to say all the people over here that prepare notes from your side. Just don't copy the notes of others because I did that during my initial time, and that was not benefiting to me. So Pranit sir told me that you need to prepare your own notes for that because while writing your notes, you will come into notice that some of the points you are not mentioning properly. So that would really help you because you need to prepare your own notes.
yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I have so many people notes, and that's why I don't share notes. It's
You
away.
can take a reference from
Yeah,
any
yeah,
other's
yeah.
notes.
If on I am having a technical discussion and all the things, but personally people ask me, share your notes. That is not going to help anywhere. Okay, and when you share your notes now, you improvise it. You with the time. When just you told that you will see that I have left this thing. It can be much better. This explanation can be made much better. When I was having mock with Pranesh sir, he was saying like, Jan, don't do this. I know you are knowing this answer from your second year. You handle Telegram technical group from the 2 years. But at that time, you are not getting that much time to using presence of mind, making logic. You know the sorts of question, make a proper answer and draft it, okay, and practice it. What happens if all of a sudden you forget any logic, and you, because of your communication skill, English thing, you forget to make deliver that thing. He will not going to understand that you know the things but you are not able to deliver it. So he insisted me to do so, and I did that, and result is here,
Yes,
guys.
also
Mm.
also do prepare the questions of Rishiraj Rana sir
Yeah,
because we don't know
yeah.
which interviewer is
Yeah,
going to
I
come
am
up.
having 60 question from Rishi Rana sir, and like both 100 question, and I am about to making that videos also. Like for Anglo, all the Anglo hype I am going to throw into null. Okay, let's see.
And IMS Goa is also going to be
Let's
uploaded
see.
soon.
If I clear IMS Goa now, then only IMS Goa business will be also easy. That we people will be sharing experience now. Then
Yes.
from there other people paths will be easy. Now just like your path become easy after that, let's see what happens in IMS Goa. Okay, the next question was,
The next question was differentiate between two stroke and four stroke. That is a basic, and that is a question which we need to answer it. We can't say that sorry sir we don't know this because this is a basic question. One of my friend just mugged up because he said the interviewer that sorry sir and presently I'm not able to recollect it.
the
Two
basic
stroke
question.
four stroke difference.
The name
So
two
that is
stroke.
a so that puts the bad impact on the interviewers.
Mm,
So I'd suggest they prepare this question perfectly. Two-stroke, four-stroke difference, SI engine,
mm,
CI engine difference, also centrifugal pump, positive displacement pump difference,
mm.
also rotary pump and reciprocating pump difference. So these are the differences which are you need to explain it appropriately to sir.
Mm. And I had explained 15 differences. 15.
Yes,
Okay. And properly, when I was explaining two stroke, I became two stroke. When I was explaining four stroke, no, you know what? Recently, Arun got rejected in spite of answering all the question. What was the real problem? Uh, he was answering without conviction, bro, just like a question and answer
yes,
machine.
yes, yes. That is a valid point
Mm,
because whenever we explain a difference, we need to mention that sir in a centrifugal pump,
mm,
in a positive displacement pump,
mm,
we just can't mention only the points. Sir,
mm,
in centrifugal pump this happens, in
mm.
positive displacement pump this happens. So we need to mention that
No, no.
that in a centrifugal pump and in positive displacement pump.
Yeah, yeah. There, I was talking about conviction. Conviction means say it like with confidence, with proper conviction that you are explaining and visual. When you are explaining the things, you are at the same time you are visualizing also. When you are saying the impeller is rotating, the impeller should rotate in your mind also. Like you are when the impeller is rotating, negative pressure is creating at the eye of impeller. It will appear like you have mugged up and just explaining. Okay, so he will get to know it is your interview. And then next question, for two stroke, four stroke, how many you have just answered? You can,
Uh, 12 to 13 difference.
you have mentioned all of the difference that I have.
Yes, all of yes, yes,
You have also mentioned that in two stroke engine stuffing box is required, in four stroke engine.
yes. Also, yes, also.
You know why I have put in the last? Because he will shock to know that how he is knowing that marine thing. Okay.
Yes, and also he'll cross question you about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
you need to prepare.
uh,
You need to also prepare a question like why stuffing box is required.
yeah.
So
And
maybe he cross question you.
yeah, and that's why these the typical differences I have put in last. That
Yes,
otherwise, whenever he will listen anything you spoke wrong, he will in the mid, he will poke you and ask you how is this happening. And at that same time, two things can happen. You will also got blank and you will forget what was the original question, and then you will justifying and you will be creating your failure chances in that question.
and also I'll say that if you are perfect in any question
Mm,
like this, consider this question:
mm,
difference between two stroke, four stroke. So you are perfect in it. Prepare this way that you already want him to cross question you.
yeah,
You already want him to cross question you,
yeah,
and you have already prepared that cross question answer.
yeah. One step ahead game, like you want to
Yes,
run your
exactly.
interview in your way. Agree. I did that.
You did that.
Yeah.
Also, VCRS, draw and explain VCRS.
Okay, draw and explain also.
Yes, yes,
He didn't ask me to draw, but so how you explain all the starting from that.
yes, exactly.
So
All
a little explanation. Brief
yes, yes, definitely. Um, Mainly,
explanation.
I was not. Oh, yes, I'll come to the point. Like as the GYAN explained in 30 questions series, he explained one thing initially, and that is the basically, sir, the VCRS system starts with four stages consisting of four components. So that was really impressive point because I didn't mention it earlier. So those four components or those four stages are uh, isobaric heat rejection, that is condensation using condenser, and also isentropic. Uh,
Compression.
what was it? Yes,
Isentropic
isentropic compression,
compressor using compressor. Isobaric.
compressor, isobaric heat rejection,
I was explaining like him only. That I was just imagining isobaric heat rejection. That is condensation using condenser.
condensation,
Isenthalpic
isenthalpic expansion,
expansion using thermostatic expansion called
thermostatic expansion,
isobaric
isobaric heat addition,
addition, that is evaporation
evaporation.
using evaporator.
Yes,
Why I did this, mentioned all the four process using four component, because when I initially drafted the question, it was like becoming so large to explain everything. So I already explained there is the process. Now I am going to explain the initially the
yes,
uh,
and guys, you just pray that this question comes.
comes,
You just
and
pray.
you he will be impressed if you get,
Yes, yes.
if you explain like that only.
Because this is a question where you normally explain in details, because you know everyone know about VCRS.
So yeah, while drawing, how many time you took? Like how much time you took?
I practiced it quite a times. So not more than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Basically, just don't draw
Yeah.
in a
Mhm,
perfect
mhm.
freehand drawing.
Yeah, yeah. No need to be perfect and all. He has very less time. Starting first two question, your drawing, your centrifugal concept. Starting two question is the selection criteria. You have to be get connected with
and
him.
and also for that, do one thing
Mhm,
before interviews, like take a paper, because at the time of interview, if you go without preparation of a drawing, so
mhm,
your circle might not be in a proper way. So also try to draw the circle, and volute casing area is increasing as, so that is also what you need to prepare about that.
and then what was the next question after RSA?
Explanation.
RAC? After
Yes,
RSA?
VCRS. VCRS, na?
Yeah, yeah. This year.
So I just started from evaporator section where I mentioned in that, sir, the low pressure and low temperature dry saturated vapor refrigerant from the evaporator is drawn into the compressor,
Mhm,
where it will get compressed, pressurized, and converted into
mhm,
high pressure and temperature superheated vapor refrigerant. So this high pressure and temperature superheated refrigerant from the compressor
mhm,
is then drawn into the condenser, where it will get condensed, cooled, and get converted into
mhm,
low pressure saturated liquid refrigerant.
mhm.
So this low pressure saturated liquid refrigerant passes through the dryer, and now sir, dryer is the
Low pressure,
sorry,
no, no, constant pressure, na.
no, no,
Pressure will be constant in condenser also. High
no,
pressure
but
saturated.
after passing through condenser, the pressure is yes, pressure is reduced. No, no, not pressure is not reduced. Pressure is increased, and temperature is reduced, because
Pressure will
in
be
condensation
constant.
process,
Pressure will be
yes,
constant.
pressure will be constant,
The temperature will slightly reduce. You know why?
because
Because it is converting
it
from
will get
super
condensed.
uh, uh,
Yes,
at saturation. Pressure, temperature also don't change, because in a case of condenser it is a heat exchanger. In that, phase is changing. When phase change, the temperature also not change,
temperature
pressure
also
also
change.
not change, and that temperature pressure is known as saturation pressure, saturation temperature. But from after compressor it is coming with superheated. First superheated vapor get saturated vapor. At that time the temperature changes, and that's why slightly lower temperature after
So
compressor. Okay.
at this section also he cross questioned me
Hmm.
that when I explained, sir, dryer is used to remove the moisture from the liquid refrigerant with the help of a silica gel. So he asked me that what does silica gel do actually.
Hmm.
So I said him that the silica gel removes moisture from the liquid refrigerant.
Hmm.
It just desiccates the moisture. Okay. So he just said, okay, go on further. So then I continued from, so now thermostatic expansion valve comes in action, and it acts like a orifice.
Hmm.
So the liquid refrigerant from the condenser
Hmm.
is passed through this orifice, where the pressure reduction will occurs. And also I mentioned over there that this liquid refrigerant is then converted into the liquid vapor refrigerant, that is mixture.
Hmm.
So you guys can explain one example over there, like water spray nozzle which we use
Hmm.
in barber shop.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
from liquid it is mixture of liquid and vapor.
Ah,
Uh,
yes, yes,
uh,
yes.
it is
Droplets,
throttle.
small drop.
Yeah, that I have. Okay. It's liquid, vapor, liquid mixture. Okay, that
Yes.
is throttling
So
here happening. It's
you
act
can
like,
give that example.
it is acting like an orifice. Okay, from a place
Yeah.
that saturated liquid after condenser is getting into mixture of. Okay, real life
Exactly.
example. Okay.
So I explained that example as well, And also you can mention one law, uh, Gay-Lussac's law.
No,
No, sorry, ideal gas law. But if you are
no.
totally prepared about ideal gas law,
We have already discussed about these things. These gas laws are for ideal gas, and refrigerant is
no,
not
but
for ideal gas.
I mentioned him that
You men
sir,
see,
according, so he, it
so
was not
he because he already got impressed and all the things. Some of the minor mistake he tend to ignore
okay.
because of the conviction you had earlier shown. But don't get into that thing which can contradict your concept. The gas laws are for ideal gas. He may be trap you that how you are saying that this is the refrigerant is real, is not ideal gas. How you are applying? So they he find a chance to reject you if he is not in
Okay.
mood. Okay, so avoid that. I'm just after
Also,
my
yes.
experience, I am just awareing guys.
After
No issue, no issues. Yeah.
thermostatic expansion valve,
Mhm.
I explained it in evaporator section, and after that, sensing bulb. So that is also the most important part to be
Mhm.
explained. Sensing bulb. Everything is mentioned in that GYAN's videos.
Okay. So I have mentioned everything in a minor detail what sensible bulb does and
No,
what it does.
basically, sensing bulb is provided to sense the temperature of refrigerant and signal it to thermostatic expansion valve to adjust the flow of refrigerant. It contains the pressurized refrigerants, which gets pressurized refrigerants, which get pressurized when the evaporator gets warmer. So you can explain in this way.
Sensing bulb ensure that after evaporator only vapor form of refrigerant should come. Other if liquid form of refrigerant will come, it can damage the compressor because liquid is
Compressor.
incompressible. Okay. So at that time high pressure cutoff switch will turn off the compressor or okay. So
And after that,
mm,
he asked me about compressor safeties.
so what are the compressor safeties?
Uh, I just pointed out the safeties, not just explained it. Then after that, he cross questioned me.
Yeah.
I pointed out like a relief valve,
Mm,
bursting disc, fusible plug,
mm,
dual low pressure alarm and trip,
mm,
and after that, water no flow trip,
mm.
water high temperature trip, and
What
overspeed,
water
over
overload?
motor overload trip.
Mm,
Yes. So he cross questioned me that what is bursting this.
mm.
So I explained it what is bursting this. It is present at the uh, intercooler to
Intercooler after cooler casing.
yes,
Mm,
which burst when the pressure exceeds over predetermined value,
mm,
and due to the leaky air tubes of
mm,
the intercooler. So it is provided to prevent. Sorry, it is provided to protect the casing of intercooler of a compressor. So yes, he was satisfied, and then he also cross questioned me.
mm,
What is bursting this? Sorry, what is the pressure at bursting this?
mm,
So that day I in the morning
mm.
I asked you that question.
Yeah.
So same same the way you explain me, I will explain that in that way.
So what you explained?
That's the pressure is right now I'm not
No, no.
recollecting it.
Actually, the working pressure he asked you at what pressure work busting day burst and all. He is not much interested in the exact value, but say, sir,
Yes.
it generally bursts at the 1.5 times of working pressure.
1.5 times of working pressure.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have heard many of guys saying that he asked me that what is the temperature at evaporator coil and I don't remember the value and he rejected me. No, he is not very much interested in that exact value. He is interested in knowing that the concept behind that because of dependence of refrigerant, the evaporator temperature may change. If you are not speaking the value but you are saying that sir it depends on various condition but majorly on which type of refrigerant we use, mostly which type of refrigerant we use, R134A,
R134A
R134A
tetrafluoroethane.
tetrafluoroethane, and for that we have temperature for freezer and for
Vegetable compartment.
vegetable compartment. So these are the thing, see, until unless you don't face you will not able to know the 100% reality. So we are here to explain what is the reality is to make path. And for Rutik was saying it was like deja vu, like I already know the question that what he is going to ask, and for me that's why I'm feeling confidence कि जो पूछ ले जो पूछना है पूछ ले ठीक है. Ritik was very happy at that because of that he and the sequence was like that only way.
And also I'd say that just don't only prepare that 30 questions, go
Yeah.
also for Rishiraj Rana's
Like,
set of
so
questions.
yeah, if your interviewer is confirmed already, then you can go on a loop, okay? And very soon I am marathon session, top 50 question for Rishi Rana sir and
Like also
uh,
you can
um,
maybe sometimes Braganza sir also can come out of the box. He can also ask you what is the how does the camshaft work, or how does the rocker arm work,
yes,
what is
yes, yes,
tappet
yes, yeah.
clearance. He may
Because
ask
yeah,
why tappet clearance is less, why tappet clearance is more,
why
what
at a
happens.
case of exhaust valve and in case of inlet valve,
Huh,
which tapered clearance
why
is
the
more
exhaust valve tappet clearance is more than inlet valve
mm,
tappet clearance. So you can explain that,
yeah,
yes, sir, because the exhaust valve is more exposed to the
temperature, high
exhaust
temperature,
gas.
the
So
thermal
the
comes,
yes,
the thermal
thermal,
expansion will be more. Okay,
yes.
so it is not copyright, like, but it can help you. Okay,
Maybe sometime
hmm.
it can come out of the box. So
Yeah, but you
also
have to
do
be
prepare
prepared.
for that also.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then after RAC, after
So
this year,
after that,
hmm,
yes, after that Lenz law, Faraday's law.
Pascal's law.
So some basics, yes. Yeah, Pascal's no was not asked to me. And after that, explain your final year project.
Yeah.
So I explained in the final year project.
In a case of final year project, since many people have bought the project and do this and they don't know about, so what Avito guided me and I did the same. I started to telling about and eat up his time about objective and how did we did this and all, not
What will
government.
happen by your project?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. And like I didn't go into the main technical and principal thing because I was not knowing about the other sensor and other microcontroller, all the things if he asked and anything he had missed out, DC motors and all. I was so I told about objective and also what will happen if we it is coming to market and this all the things.
And also you can mention if you know at that time that what were the equipments used during your projects.
Yes.
So that might also be a plus point for you.
So, as my project was automatic motor bike stand, so then I said, sir, it worked on the principle of combination of sensors and DC motor. We use slow speed DC motor with sensors, and that is giving direction for automatic up down up down. I was doing like that up down automatic motor bike stand. I am not remembering it because interview has passed. I also forget the things. Now, guys, if you want to ask anything to Rutik, please ask him. Servin, you are going to appear. I think you must be having any question, and Subham Patel also. Please ask Rutik if any doubt you are having. Anything you can ask further.
You can also on your camera because now you have to face to begin the
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. Be active, be proactive, be shameless like me. I literally said, sir, thank you so much, sir. From the
I
last,
was just shattered when he at the last when he said me that congratulations you are selected.
mm,
So I was just shattered. I was not believing that
yeah,
literally that
yeah,
begins as a selected.
yeah, yeah. I can understand because the dedication you shown every time, Gyan, Gyan, Gyan. I was little bit irritated by your message, but you know, if it is worth it, now then all the things we are
I
now.
was literally messaging Gyan always, calling whenever he was in classroom also.
Okay.
That I was calling him. I was knowing that he was getting irritated, but I don't care. He was helping me.
Yeah, but what Prince sir taught me now that how you create people, how you win trust, and how you create network, a good network of people that is going to be your in your community that is going to become your hands. So If you people, he always if you people go on ship and if you get stranded somewhere, then the people, then the friend, then the seafarer friends which are at home, they will strike for you. Okay, he always motivate me like that.
And also Abhito,
Mm,
whenever I called him, he guided me properly. Also, it was a
mm. Thank you, Rutik, for your time. And guys, you are not having any questions. Chetan, Rakesh, Patna, Subham, please ask Rutik if you can ask anything.
Yeah, I
Uh,
want to congratulate you, uh, and I want
yes.
to know that is there any cross question by Briganza sir about the that final year project?
No, he didn't cross question anything about that to me, but he might cross question maybe because that is the section where like it is just like a non-technical section.
Okay.
Am I right, Gyan? Because
you
the
know,
project
but
is not related to.
yeah.
Yes,
See, this project question, this strength and weakness, he asked only if
yes.
he had already done in mind that this boy is going now
And
at
also, I'll suggest one thing.
mm,
If you are good at explaining your project,
mm,
so whenever you, if interviewer asks you that what is your strength, so you need to mention one thing that sir, as I was leader of my group project, I
mm,
have a good leadership quality which
mm,
might help me in future.
Uh,
mm.
yeah,
So
that
yes, this can,
And
related merchant navy
yes,
life or something like that.
yes.
Okay. Thank you for your.
And see,
Yes, sir.
guys, in a case of Brajanga sir, he only pokes. See, we are discussing the strategies. Now he has passed Braganja sir, so we are discussing. Earlier, people has passed Rishi Rana sir. The earlier video you will go, we had discussed the strategy for Rishi Rana sir and all. Now we will be up for other colleges that GME, IMS and all. So we'll be sharing all the discussion, all the experience. Don't worry, guys. Just just ask question from groups in group if you are having doubt, but make sure that you get it, grab the opportunity. Chetan
And
has
also
message.
I'd
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
also I'd say that maybe that day was my day because maybe he asked me. He can also ask me hard questions. Maybe that was my day, but you need to prepare
See,
out of the box.
Ritik, my day, my not day is I am quite skeptical about this thing. If you have really worked hard, no, that
My day,
work,
by saying my day, I mean that
yeah, yeah, some luck
the
factor it
expected
works.
questions were asked to me. Expected questions were asked to me.
How it can be so like it has coming out the lots of experiences we collected. He is not going to ask any. The first question is like that only. Okay, so be with that. Okay, and trust, if anything other than is asked, you have studied Bremer package and all the things, basic knowledge, just face it, no worries.
And I think totally there are 70, 60 to 70 questions to be prepared properly.
Properly. Yeah, and yeah, Chetan has messaged me, I think. uh yeah, Chetan. Notes, Chetan, notes, I won't be able to give you, but I will provide you that uh, link for the videos. From that, you have to get understand and make your own notes. Okay. Actually, I don't have notes in particular, and my dreamer notes is not in very in that much way. My writing is so bad and all, so I avoid that.
And
And
also
if
watch
also if
Dreamer's
it's not
package.
that, I would personally provide some other people notes to you, Chetan. Don't worry about
Yes,
that.
also
Oh,
do
yes.
revise that Dreamer's package because lots of the concepts are need to be polished.
Yeah. And talking about my experience with Dreamer package, the more number of time I watch it, the more number of knowledge, the more minute details the producer which has explained in layman language, I get to know. Oh, producer, this also explained, and he just simply explained. I didn't grab it. This was happening to me, and
Yes, Professor actually have given lot of related examples in day-to-day life.
Prince sir always say me, I say, sir, you say you were not a very good engineer. You have faced so struggle and all. You are not having that much knowledge with comparing with Chief Engineer Arvind sir, and still peoples are demanding for you and all the things. That's why. And we were making at that time electrical package. We were having discussion all the things, and I am very frank with him. So he was saying that yeah, a good scientist will never be a good teacher. ओके, मेरे जैसा लल्लू लाल ही अच्छा पढ़ा पाएगा, क्योंकि मैं वैसा था। तो मैं सोचता हूँ, ठीक है, मैं समझता हूँ कि कैसे वो काम करते हैं, तो वो सोच के मैंने ड्रीमर पैकेज बनाया कि अगर मैं ऐसा था उस समय, अगर मुझे समझना होता तो कैसे बता। देन दे आई अंडरस्टैंड कि फंडा क्या है। यू आर हैविंग दैट मच नॉलेज इज नॉट दैट going to create a network, and you are be not very much so that other people are understanding you. You have to be simple and in a layman. Okay, and Rutik, first time I'm seeing you. You are and
Actually, I was gone to my college to remove all the documents,
okay,
original documents which
yeah.
were submitted in my college.
Mm,
So my mother also told me that go clean shaven if
yeah,
you are going in college.
nice. So meet at Anglo. Okay, and
Yes,
Subham is also is very much interested in getting like he want. And
yes, I know Shubham Patil.
Subham, he is dedicated guy, and I am sure. Don't be afraid of. जो लड़ सका वही तो महान है. You have to give fight. होगा नहीं होगा वो बात की बात है. बट तैयारी अच्छी होनी चाहिए. What HC वर्मा सर said कि बेटा कि जेई मेंस हमने सबने तैयारी की. हम सब आईआईटी एनआईटी में जाना चाहते थे लेकिन नहीं जा पाए. उन्होंने कही थे कि तुम ये मायने नहीं रखता है कि तुम जेई मेंस में सेलेक्ट हो गए हो. ये मायने रखता है तुमने जेई मेंस की तैयारी कैसे की थी. उसके वजह से अगर तुम सेलेक्ट भी नहीं हुए हो, किसी थर्ड कॉलेज में भी हो, तो भी तुम बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हो. और तुम सेलेक्ट हो गए हो, तैयारी अच्छी नहीं थी, तो भी अच्छे कॉलेज में जाके भी उतना अच्छा नहीं कर सकते. तो तैयारी अच्छी करनी है, क्योंकि प्रणय सर ने भी मुझसे कहा था कि अगर तू ज्ञान इसमें सेलेक्ट नहीं हुआ, लेकिन जिस जिस हिसाब से तेरी तैयारी, वो आज नहीं तो कल तुझे रिजल्ट देगा. मेरा लिख के दे देता हूँ. व्हेन ही वाज टेकिंग माय सेकंड टाइम, मैं कहा वो मेरे से कह रहे थे मैं थर्ड टाइम लूंगा. मैं कहा कि सर इतना टाइम कहाँ से आपके पास है. तो कहे फैमिली के लिए निकालता ही हूँ ना. निकाल लूंगा. मैं कहा नहीं सर, तो अब जाता हूँ, मैं करता हूँ खुद से अब. तो थोड़ा सा I was, from the second year, I was knowing every concept, that how discharge pressure is created, how what is Bernoulli theorem, how this is, because I was the one who was dealing all with the technical things in Telegram, and
So
anonymously, and nobody was knowing that I was a second year, third year student. And once Pranil mentioned that nobody will believe that you are a third year, second year student, I said don't mention it sir, credibility घट जाएगी. ठीक है, लोग हल्के में लेंगे, प्लीज मत mention. तो सर ने डिलीट किया उसको. ठीक है. So but you have to be preparation. Interview preparation is different thing, knowledge is different thing. Oh, this was all
I
about
know
from
that
me.
Shubham Patil. He's one
Okay.
of my friends.
And I have some affection for some people like Jack is from Marine Engineering College. Okay, and I'm trying to connect with his seniors. I am having his senior. I talk about them. If any chance I will get for Jack, I will definitely refer to that. Jack, are you there? I think because of this non-money marine thing, na interview experience, he had just uh, in the meeting, but not very much attentive in the meeting. But he regularly attend our
He
technical session.
regularly attends.
Yeah,
Yes, he
and
regularly
he
attends.
gives his input. The marine input is so important to us, because anyhow
I
we
have
get
seen
the
in every I've seen in every recording
yeah.
this Jack.
Yeah, all right. And guys, thank you so much. And Rakesh, most very soon we are going to prepare for IMS Goa, and for that one morning batch I think, because in the evening I am learning software. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, Gyan, which software are you preparing?
Java full stack developer. We will have a Let's Learn website. Don't worry. And all the
I have already prepared that.
okay.
I have already prepared.
Rutik, sir, I am adding to that group I have made for that. I am synergizing with
I
the
have
Java.
completed SQL. I have
Amazing,
completed database.
amazing.
Now, now I am in SEDEC, Mumbai Nariman Point.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Thanks, Ritik. I'm just adding you.
Yes, that is
Okay,
why I asked you. I asked you.
amazing. I'm getting your see law of attraction how it works. I got two people from my people, like in my people. That would be very. It
And
doesn't.
currently now my web development is going on.
Okay, we are
So
having
I
time
just took
to.
20 days gap.
Yeah.
I requested them to sir that I need a 20 days gap.
Mm,
So they permitted me.
nice. We are having time. We will we can save our notes. Okay. I
Yes,
can.
yes, I have a lot of notes. I'll share you. Yes.
Okay, okay. And thank you guys and thanks Rutik.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
Subham.
Not at all.
Okay,
Yes, sure.
keep preparing. And Chetan also.
Okay.
Chetan, I think you are newcomer to our group.
No, 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 no.
No, no, Subham, you are
Chetan.
already there. Chetan Chavan and Vivek. Vivek didn't came.
Sure. Wait, I'll call him.
No, 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 no worries. I will put another meeting for him because tomorrow I
Sure.
have to go, and before that I have to revise all the things I have learned about software. It's really
So
I am
what's going
mechanical
on?
guy. This
What's going on right
that
now?
was first lecture I attend in which he told about what is front end, back end, and all things. These
So
videos will get too long and
did you yes? Did
people.
you install JDK?
Not yet. I will be installing today itself, and this video will get long if I talk about these
Yes,
things, and
yes,
people
yes.
will like what he's talking in bullshit videos. That is not our job. Okay, so I'm
Yes,
winding up
yes.
this video. We'll talk about that thing personally.
And
Rutik,
also, Gyan,
mm,
Avito,
uh,
Kamlesh, Hifazat, thank you.
and thank you so much for my success. These were the experiences of मेरे लिए मैं कहता हूँ मेरे लिए कईयों ने
And
हारा है.
also lot of
Uh,
the other students
yeah,
also because they always raise some of the questions in group.
yeah.
So also may that help in creating the basics.
या
Clear.
हमारा ग्रुप जो है हमेशा ऐसा फलता फूलता रहे भगवान से यही दुआ है और मुझे ऐसा लगता है ना आई वॉज नॉट वेरी मच इन दैट इन टू टेक्निकल थिंग द फर्स्ट पीपल चार पांच कमलेश अमलेश इफ यू विल गो अर्लियर इन द वीडियो कमलेश ब्रदर हिफाजत किरण दे वर वेरी मच इन टू टेक्निकल थिंग फ्रॉम देम आई लर्न एंड आई फील लाइक उन्होंने मुझे बनाया ऐसा किया चला गया ताकि मैं आज ले पा रहा हूँ ठीक है मतलब like Rakesh was also there and we starting we were very few people and I was just moderating that
Also
uh,
Rohit Gaikwad.
Rohit I was just moderating now I am handling that's matter of pride and I always show gratitude to my the people like Kamlesh and all the thing all have helped earlier and I am in touch with Kamlesh brother we will be preparing for IMS Goa all and
Yes.
make sure that everyone get into C because anyhow our passion is sailing. हमारा
Yeah.
Anybody here from here now having interviews in SCI or maybe
SCI
yes, and also apply for synergy and all.
Gyan, like,
mm,
who is Sims?
Sims.
Yeah,
It's
No,
Ritesh.
I didn't apply for Sims. Like what? When is Sims?
but like, how is the college placement? That waiting period.
There is a waiting period concern.
See,
As per I know.
Rakesh, I will be vouching only for two and for you that is Anglo and IMS Goa. We'll be up for that. Don't worry about that. And if you
And
are
also
try,
Professor
just
had
try.
told
Yeah, try Sims. No worries. But put
My main
priority. Yeah,
is on only Anglo.
yeah. If I have tried in Great Eastern, then you should try everyone. Okay, like everyone should try in
I've
everything.
Uh,
I've
Rutik,
got a letter from there.
you have also cleared that Great Eastern thing, na? Oh,
Yes, I've also got a letter from there.
oh, okay. I have to. You have also done your medical from Great Eastern.
Yes.
I
Yes.
have to tell in office also that for you that banner will be for both. They didn't contacted you now. They will contact you very soon. Okay. You will be mentioning all the two achievements. Okay. Thank
Sure,
you
sure.
guys. Thank you so much. Thank you Ritik. Thank you everyone. So it was
okay.
all about Ritik experience with Brajanga sir. Very soon this video will be coming on YouTube for. upcoming people, aspirants. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank